Hey there, welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. If this is the very first time you've been here, yay, you found me. Finally, I've been waiting for you. And if you're a returning subscriber, yay, thank you so much for coming back. My subscribers already know that my goal is to save you time and money by giving you the scoop on filmmaking quality and content. So you can decide whether or not you want to spend time or money or both sometimes watching a particular film. So today, the movie I'm reviewing is called Homestead. This doomsday drama by Angel Studios releases in theaters in the United States on December 20th, 2024. It's rated PG-13 and is an hour and 50 minutes. My overall movie review mom grade is an A minus. I really enjoyed this and thought it was a lot of fun. Fun in a doomsday kind of way. So I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell first, and then I'll point out things I liked, things I didn't like, tips for parents, themes worth talking about if you watch this with other people. And we'll finish up with other films that are sort of similar that you might also really enjoy. But first, let me introduce a featured product today that will help you get started on your emergency food supply. Click down the link below. Now, this one is on Amazon. There are a bunch of them on Amazon. Some of them are better than others. I've tried a bunch of them. The reason I'm featuring this particular one is because it comes in a really easy bucket that you could carry, throw in your car, or just have in your basement, and it will last like 30 years. It's a pretty decent product. So anyway, check it out, but at the very least, get something, and we'll talk more about that because that's what this movie is about. So in a nutshell, hopefully this movie will give viewers a lot to think about and consider their family's emergency preparedness plans and supplies. You need to have something. I mean, we have seen, of course, all kinds of devastating natural disasters all over the world, and people are just helpless and relying on the government to save them, no matter what government it is. You need to be proactive and have something that you can use to feed your family and protect your family, shelter your family with. So just get started. Even if you run to Walmart and go through their camping aisle, just start grabbing a few things to get started. And when you go to the grocery store, grab some canned food items, and it will also help you beat inflation to some extent. But there is great peace of mind with preparedness. Okay, this isn't going to be a whole lesson about emergency preparedness. However, I do believe in it strongly. The story is about a family that faces very difficult choices in order to survive. A nuclear bomb is detonated in Los Angeles, and the nation devolves into unprecedented chaos. Ex-Green Beret Jeff Eriksson and his family escape to the Homestead, an eccentric prepper's fortress nestled in the mountains. Don't we wish we all had that? As violent threats and apocalyptic conditions creep toward their borders, the residents of the homestead are left to wonder, how long can a group of people resist both the dangers of human nature and the bloodshed at their doorstep? The movie is based on the best-selling book series called Black Autumn by Jeff Kirkham and Jason Ross. They said that so many of their readers told them how much they loved the story and that it scared them because it could truly happen, especially because of something that was just in the news yesterday, how supposedly Biden, or whoever really is running the government right now, at least here in the United States, has told Ukraine, sure, you can use our missiles to shoot into Russia. And Putin has said, no, 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 that's the line where I will draw. That's World War III right there. So everybody's on high alert, like, don't do anything stupid, people. But anyway, stuff can happen in a moment. The film was directed by Ben Smallbone. Writing credits go to Philip Abraham, Leah Bateman, and Ben Kasica. So quick tips for parents. I think young kids are going to be very bored. It's a lot of adults talking and running around, and there are a lot of weapons that are around. Some people get shot. Some people are starving to death. Other kids might be frightened by the whole scenario if they're old enough to really appreciate what's going on. There is no profanity, no F-bombs, so yay, I always appreciate that. Some of the themes that are illustrated very well are humanity and the value of life, choices and consequences, apocalypse, sanctuary, war, being prepared, the haves versus the have-nots, and the value of community. So here's the long list of things I really liked about this film. First of all, I really like Neil McDonough, and I'm so impressed with his filmmaking choices. Because he values his wife and his marriage so much, he has specifically chosen to never disrespect his wife by kissing another woman in a movie. What a guy. I mean, that's probably hard to do for a lot of movie scripts that come across his desk, right? Those piercing blue eyes, you just fall in love with the guy. He does a really great job in this film showing realistic reactions and conflicting emotions about the dangerous situations his family faces in the story. He's equally effective playing a bad guy as he is a good guy, and he kind of does both in this movie. He stated that he really liked Angel Studios and the opportunity to play a good guy. After he starred in the 2023 film called The Shift, did you ever see that one? He agreed to share future projects with Angel Studios. And so this is the first of those projects that he suggested to them. Other cast members did a great job and include Don Olivieri, Bailey Chase, Kieran Giovanni, Susan Meisner, and Tyler Lofton, among many others. As I said, they all did a really good job and were believable. They felt like real people rather than characters in a movie, reciting lines. And so I really appreciated that. I'm so impressed with Angel Studios just in general for pumping out so many excellent, good quality movies, especially in the past few years. Their method of marketing is unique and inspirational and groundbreaking, maybe even history making. They actually give away a ton of free tickets and encourage their viewers to, when you buy a ticket, buy another ticket that someone else who can afford to can use for free. And that, I think that that's really, really cool. You can learn about their Angel Guild at angel.com/movies/homestead and how it all works. Of course, you can buy tickets online ahead of time as well. I love the song at the very beginning of the movie it's by For King and Country called Burn the Ships, which has many meanings in this movie especially. So check out my movie review of the movie Unsung Hero, which is all about how For King and Country and their sister got their start in the music industry, especially the Christian music industry. You can click down in the link below to find that link to that, or you can just, when you're in YouTube, click on Unsung Hero. I just thought it was wonderful. We see a cartoon playing at the very beginning of the movie in Act 1, and it's a show called The Tuttle Twins, which is also produced by Angel Studios and really well done. The crew lived like homesteaders while they were filming just so that they could experience the environment and kind of get a feel for what that would be like so that their reactions could feel really organic and true. One of the things I really like about this film is that the scenario is extremely realistic. As I said before, the world can change in a minute, leaving people scrambled, confused, and frightened, and in really dangerous predicaments. So those who are paying attention to the news and the signs will be smart enough to plan ahead. And that's what this main character does. He has set up this homestead anticipating a global meltdown. And you can't really look at the news without thinking, yeah, that could happen. Now, he has apparently unlimited funds in order to purchase this land, and he's got paid security guys who were supposed to drop everything and run to the homestead at just a phone call. And we don't all have that type of resource available to us, but you absolutely, like I said before, can start doing something to be prepared, because preparedness truly does bring peace. So if you want to learn practical tips for where to begin, check out providentliving.org. It'll give you checklists on what to start buying. You can get a 72-hour kit in case you need to evacuate, like they do in this movie, or things that you might need if you need to hunker down, all kinds of stuff. It's a great website. So this isn't just a survival movie, but a film that presents very complicated scenarios with complex moral decisions that need to be made. Now, ultimately, this is a feature film, but it actually has been designed to also become a series, which is a really cool idea. And then, just to fall in love with these characters and want to know what happens next. And the movie definitely ends with a cliffhanger where you're like, what are you going to do now? And so it just rolls right into a series. I don't have the dates when that's going to go live, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Now, onto the list of things that I didn't like. And really, I could only think of one thing, honestly, and that is that some of the characters make really dumb choices without even considering the natural consequences. It's kind of frustrating to watch, yet also very believable. In high stress situations, we often make decisions based on our emotions rather than our logic. So the film does a really good job illustrating thinking versus feeling, or thinking with your heart versus your brain. Which one is right? Well, you get to decide. I think that it's that exact dilemma that will get a lot of people talking about this movie and the upcoming series. Now, before we go, let me give you some recommendations for 3 films that I think are sort of similar. They're also a lot of fun to watch. Again, fun in a doomsday type of way. The first one is Red Dawn, the movie. Now, there are 2 of them out there. The original one, which I really liked the best, just because I remember seeing it when I was pretty young, and I was just like, could this happen? And it felt very realistic. And of course, Patrick Swayze was in it. I mean, the cast was really great. The second one is good. I just think I like the first one better. I don't know. Maybe it's because that I have this emotional connection with that first one. But either way, watch one of them and you can see how things can just devolve quite quickly. The second one is a movie that I recently reviewed called Lazarus. And it's about a pandemic across the world, and everybody's hunkering down and frightened. And in that regard, the movie is very realistic. But there's some other stuff going on with the characters that I think is kind of interesting. And then the last one that I want to recommend is called The End We Start From. And this too is a film that I just recently reviewed. And in fact, I'm going to queue this one up so that when you finish watching this review of this movie, you can watch that one and see if that's something that you want to watch. I think it really flew under the radar for a lot of people. But again, it's this worldwide crazy event that forces people out of their homes in search of safety, and just some really interesting choices, consequences, and how they affect relationships. Super interesting. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for sticking around. When you get a minute, find me on social media. I'm all over as Movie Review Mom, but I'm also listed as Trina Boyce, which is my name, where you can learn about my 33 books that I have out right now, as well as my online courses, my products, and my other shenanigans. Have a fantastic day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.